Hi guys, I'm back. I know, 2 days in a row, crazy, right? well, today I just wanted to talk about something that I get a lot of questions about, a lot of comments about. Not so much more recently, but in the past couple of months. For those of you who don't know, um, I recently came out as gay, and that happened um, around October when I came out to people close to me, and then when I came out to everyone, that probably happened around December. Um, so I know a lot of people always question me and always are like, what the hell? And a lot of people get really confused because, as you know me, know that in the past I have dated boys. And I've always identified as straight. So I just kind of wanted to address that and talk about just kind of my coming out story and just kind of address all the questions. So, first, I want to say that yes, I did date boys. That doesn't mean I'm straight. And I've never been straight. This wasn't something that I just woke up one day and was like, I'm going to be gay today. Um, mm-mm. There's no on and off switch. I was this is who I am. This is always who I've been. It's just been a long process for me to accept that about myself. It wasn't so much other people accepting me. I had to accept myself first before I could come out. So growing up, I grew up in a very Christian environment. I was kind of a bit of a Bible thumper, for those of you who know me. I went to church camp all of the time. I went to youth group and everything. And so I had always seen the standard, a woman marries a man. And that's how it's supposed to be. That's what I was taught. I didn't really know anything else. So that's what I went with. And I constantly found myself getting hurt because I was never happy. And I think I really started questioning why I was different. My freshman year of college, when I had my first real, very, very real relationship. And it was with a really great guy. But for the life of me, I just wasn't happy. I couldn't make myself, you know, want to be in that relationship or be happy with him. And it was nothing he did. And when we broke up, I really struggled with that. Like I broke up with him, and a lot of people always ask me why, and I couldn't give them a reason because I didn't know. I just knew that I wasn't happy, and I didn't want to be in that relationship, and it was nothing he did. And so, if he's happening to watch this, I doubt he is, but if he is, I'm sorry. Um, and not just for him, for everyone that I've hurt on this process, I'm sorry. I didn't know who I was then, and I was trying to be what the world wanted me to be. I'm really trying not to cry right now, so I'm sorry. Um, I was really trying not. I was really trying to be what I thought the world wanted me to be, and not asking myself who I really am. And I know that hurt some people in the process, and that's not what I wanted. And it's still not what I want. But I know who I am now, and I'm happier for it. Even just in myself, I'm happier with who I am than I have ever been before, and that's a very great feeling. And I'm not gonna say it's easy. It's not easy, and it hasn't been an easy transition, or it hasn't been easy coming out to myself or to the people around me. But it had to be done, and I'm so thankful I did it because I'm much happier now. But back to my story. So that's when I first started questioning. And then, but then I quickly dismissed it, and I was like, no, like I'm straight, like I'm straight, and I'm gonna have a boyfriend, and I'm gonna get married, and I'm gonna have kids with this man, and yada yada yada. And that's not what I wanted. but that's what the world wanted. So I was going to do it. And so I quickly found another boyfriend. And same thing happened. He was a little more had a little more issues, but um, we broke up, and part of that stemmed from I wasn't I wasn't fully invested in the relationship. I was committed, but I wasn't fully invested in the relationship, and he knew that. He didn't know why. I didn't know why. And that was just kind of a theme throughout the years. And then finally coming to college and, well, being immersed in college, because like I said, it started in college. I started to really, talk to, people in the LGBTQ community and really, hear their experiences and hear, their stories, and that really made me start to think. And a lot of people don't know this, but I really questioned in my head for about a year. Starting at the end of my sophomore year, um, going all the way into the beginning of my junior year. And during that time, I had a boyfriend. Yeah, and so I know I wasn't fully invested in that relationship either. He knew that, and that led to a breakup. Um, More than one breakup, by the way, but different story for a different day. Not really. I'm not going to tell you that story. It's too much. But at that point in time, I needed to focus on myself. I needed to find out who I was, and I needed to accept who I was because I started really knowing who I was the beginning of my junior year, but I still hadn't accepted it. Those of you who know me and really close to me, a lot of people at my school joke that the beginning, about 3 weeks before I came out to people on campus, I wrote a paper on how I was a straight white Christian. And to me, that's very telling because at that point, I knew. So I was writing that paper to convince myself that I was wrong. I was trying to sit there and be like, this is who you are. Stop trying to second guess it. This is who you are. But that's not who I am, and that's not who I ever was. And facing that hurt a lot. I cried a lot because everything I had ever known and everything I'd ever seen was a lie. I'd been lying to myself for 19 years. And that's a lot to digest. Um, but a few weeks after that, I got my first girlfriend. And even then, I hadn't fully accepted it. I never once in that relationship or in that talking process said that I was gay. I said I had a girlfriend. And that was me coming out. But it wasn't because I still wasn't saying this is who I am. I was just like, yeah, I'm dating this girl. And after we broke up, I was like, no, I'm not gay. That was just no, no. And so even after that, I had to keep within myself and be like, and just kind of have a face to face conversation with me and go, you are not straight. And by forcing yourself to live in that mold, you're hurting yourself. And I was hurting myself, and I was hurting other people, and that's not anything that I want to do. And so then that's when I started to put myself out there and say that yeah, I am gay, and that opened up a whole new door for me, personally and relationshiply. And I have been in a relationship for about 4 months now with a girl, and I've never been happier, within myself and within the relationship. And it took a while for me to get there. And so now, like, I'm very comfortable telling people. Not always. There are still times, like, especially like in professional settings, where when someone's like, oh, you have a boyfriend, or oh, something like that, and I'm kind of like, no. But that's more of a societal thing than it is a personal thing, because I'm very proud of my girlfriend. I love my girlfriend, and so I'm very upfront with that. Like, if someone sees us together, I'm like, yes, this is my girlfriend. I've, you know, um, and so I'm making this video to explain to some people were very confused, but also to let people out there know that if you're in the middle of this process or starting this process, it's okay. It's okay to not know. It's okay to struggle with it. You know, it's okay to struggle with it. And I don't want anyone to think it's not, because I thought it wasn't. I thought that I need to know, and I need to be this or that, and I need to be in it, and that just and I shouldn't be upset about it, and I shouldn't struggle with it. But then again, my entire life crumbled in front of me and changed. So why wouldn't I be, you know, uncomfortable or struggle with it, And I'm out of it now. I'm not struggling anymore. And so I just want you guys to know that it's okay and that it can be a long process. It's not always, but it can be. And if it is a long process for you, that's okay. And, if anyone ever needs to talk or has any questions for me or anything, like, I'm here. Like, I've been through it and it sucked. Um, but it's great now. And I'm so happy that I went through this process and I'm better for it. And so, yeah, that's my story. Um, like I said earlier, I'm sorry for anyone I've hurt along the process. I'm sorry for all of the confusion, because when I came out, I kind of just was like, I told my mom and told my grandma, but other than that, I kind of just put on Facebook and was like, I'm gay. And people were like, huh? And I was like, yeah. So that was kind of how I came out. Very, just, and I had to do that for me. I had to say it, because the more I kept denying it, the worse I felt. Because I knew who I was. And the more I pushed who I was down, the worse I became. So that's why I had to do it that way. And I know it shocked a lot of people, and it hurt a lot of people that I didn't personally tell. I'm sorry for that. But I had to do that for me. So I really hope everyone understands now. Um, like I said, I'm sorry. Um, yeah, that's my story. I really don't know what else to say. But like I said, there's hope. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Um, that's with anything you're going through, but especially with this. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and you don't need, a significant other to be that light, and that's not gonna help. I tried that, and it didn't work. You have to be comfortable within yourself before you can be comfortable with another human being, whether you're gay, straight, pan, bi, it doesn't matter. You have to be comfortable with yourself first. So, yeah. Bye, guys. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like and share. If you have any comments for me or questions, you can leave them down below, or you can send me a personal message if you know me. That works too. Bye.